Hi, this video is going to demonstrate how to do biological monitoring on the NRDS Aina mobile app. So the first thing I want to do is review the instructions, of course, and be familiar with how to use the app. But the first thing I really want to do is pull data from the server to my local device. And every time before I go out in the field, I want to fetch data. And fetching data gets any updated information, locations, data, drop-down list from the server. So I click the menu on the top left, and I click Fetch from Web App. And I'm going to choose Ankline Pondworks, Biological Monitoring Features, and Nearshore Works. I could choose all data, but in this example, I don't really need to. And I've also chosen Water Quality Features and Water Quality Works. And I'm going to click Fetch Data. And Fetch Data will pull all the data onto my device. So you can see I have these binoculars right here. When I click on them, that's a monitoring site. I can click data and I can see any past data that I have on my device. I can also click on this magnifying glass and I can search for a site and click on that site and it will take me directly to the site. If I long press on the magnifying glass, I get a list of my monitoring features, and then I can click on them and I can view any past data that I have at that feature. I can also get to that menu by clicking the main menu and data. So 3 ways to access my data. So I'm going to click on my long press on my magnifying glass, and I'm going to click Biological Monitoring Features, and I'm going to go to this particular location, and I'm going to actually pick one that already has a bunch of data, and I'm going to change the name of the site so it's a little bit easier, and I'm just going to call it, Site 1. All the sites have to have unique names. And now I'm going to do a pond survey. So I'm going to click Add Pond Work and add my sampler. And then I'm going to fill in my information. And fill in my percent cover. And I can add some photos and I can add a note. And save. If I did a nearshore work monitoring, I click Add Nearshore Work, and it works the same way. Add sampler, shore type, and I can use this as a counter, or I can actually just click on it and I can enter information directly. And then I can enter work hours and photos and save. Now I'm online, so all my information syncs automatically to the server. If I want to go offline, I can either actually go offline, or I can click and set my device to offline mode. And I'm going to create a new site where I'm standing. So click this button on the left and it takes me to where I am. And I'm going to click my point button and I'm going to click Biological Monitoring. I'm going to name my feature. I'm going to call it Site 2. And I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to add a new pond monitoring. So I'm going to click Add Pond Works, select my sampler, and just fill out my monitoring form. And I'm going to save. And you can see that it's red on the device, on the list, and that means that it needs to be synced to the server. So if I go back, I can see that my indicator shows there's 2 items that need to be synced to the server. One of which is my point. If I click on this menu also, I can see the past checks, and I can see that I also have a check at Site 2 that needs to be synced. So when I go back to my main menu, and I'm back in the office, and I have good signal, and I want to push my data to the server, I go to my menu, I switch back to online mode, and I select Push. And Push will sync all my data to the server. So that's a quick overview of monitoring on the NRDS Aina app. If you have any questions, please let me know.